Good morning, folks. Wednesday morning. Got good news and bad news. Bad news, weather is, what's the word I'm looking for? I think the technical term is shit, but yeah, the weather's pretty dire. Quite windy today as well, which we might struggle with sound-wise later. Good news, bing bong, the noise just above me. That's the bell tower here at Horseguards. Oh, 11 a.m. That could only mean one thing. No, it's not tourists getting screamed at, because there is no one over this side. Why is there no one over this side? Because it's shut. Public are not allowed on this side because, ladies and gents, there is a regimental changeover. And that means very, very soon, within the next, I would guess, 30 seconds, we're going to be hearing some clippy clop noises in this magic tunnel. Why is it magic? Because it transports lifeguards from the late 18th century to the 21st century several times a week. But today, the Blues have got access to the magic tunnel, and they are at the back. I know they are because I saw the lifeguards leaving, or the first half of the lifeguards leaving. So we should get 50%-ish of the Blues coming in and dismounting right here in front of me at any moment. Listen for that cloppy sound. Where is it? Come on, guys. Clippy clop in the tunnel. Okay, police have just gotten the thumbs up. That clippy clop plus thumbs up could only mean one thing. It's the Blues and Clippy Clop Royals, guys, coming back. There's that noise. Ta-da! Winter cloaks, coats. Some people call them cloaks, others call them coats. 2 on a rainy morning. Number 3 on a rainy morning. Number 4 with 4 white socks. Those white socks are not going to be white by the end of the day, that's for sure. And the corporal of horse on, I believe, that's looking like could be Oxford, could be TA. Hard one, that. 2 white socks at the back, guys. Anyone remember which horse that is? Drop it in the comments. I actually cannot remember. Looks exactly like Oxford, who looks exactly like TA, but 2 white socks at the back, and I'm 99% certain TA has no unusual markings at all. All the socks are uniform. In other words, they're all black, i.e. no socks, and no blaze. Now you're wondering, why the hell is there a lifeguard here? Is he actually a Blue who's still dressed up from Halloween? He's not, everybody. He is actually a real lifeguard, and he's heading into the tunnel. Why is he going into the tunnel? Oh, I wonder. But you know what? We're going to find out why he's going to the tunnel. Why? Because we're going to follow him today. We are going to pretend to be tourists. Here we are, look. It's not The Walking Dead, guys. Negan is not back. It's not season 754. It's actually semi-live at Horseguards. It's live in the sense that I'm shooting it live, but it's not live in the sense that you're watching it live. But this is why we're in the tunnel, everybody, this morning, to watch the relief guard happening in the next, I think, couple of minutes maximum. There's a lot of traffic in the tunnel today, look. There we are, TT, guys. We've got a horse called TA, but in the tunnel we've got TT. What's TT? Tunnel traffic. A right squeeze, actually, is what we've got this morning. Look at it. Flipping hell. It's more like a zombie apocalypse, in fact. World War Z, a little bit more than The Walking Dead. 100%. It is really, really, really busy in the tunnel. I'm not sure why, to be honest. It's actually busy. People seem to be loitering as opposed to filing, which is problematic because, hey, morning, the tunnel is only X feet wide, so either everyone comes to a halt and they're frozen, or they move. Let's see. No one's going to be getting pictures with the guard for 2 reasons. 1, it doesn't look like he wants pictures taken with him. And 2, more importantly, no one is allowed on that side of the tunnel except other lifeguards and, of course, the police. Here they are. We're going to really struggle with light in certain places today as well, people. We often do on these gloomy days. The most annoying part of it being gloomy. Oh, this kid's getting told to get over to the other side. Naughty boy. See that? Just walked off, he's not listening. Maybe he can't hear, maybe he's got headphones on. Or maybe, in fact, he is a new recruit. He's going to be sous chef in the kitchen, cooking the guards' meals. Okay, so half the lifeguard troop are lined up at the back, ready to leave. They'll be out of here shortly. People have got umbrellas at the back, which is curious because it's not actually raining. It was raining. It was raining pretty much all night. Now, kind of normal. It's normalised. But it's going to be a gloomy day here at Horseguards, without a doubt, folks. You can see it already. It's a moment of patience. I'm not sure actually whether they're going to bring out the new horses first. Actually, wait. Pennies just dropped, guys. I think, fundamentally, they'll do the horses first. They might go with the foot guards first, but typically the horses. So let me get back inside. There's me thinking because he went into the tunnel prematurely, arguably premature. He would say, hey, I never do anything prematurely. But yeah, into the tunnel potentially prematurely is what I say about that. I will get onto the other side, in fact, with somebody that I know, because this side is kind of, let's say, I mean, it is public, but it's only semi-public. Yeah, the police are a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Particular about who's allowed to stand on this side. Fair enough, they don't want a lot of people on this corner for the mornings when the horses are arriving. That's the issue here. So it's going to be horses first or guards first. If the guards come out first, we'll get them see, can't even speak, we will get to see, them march in front of us and go into the tunnel. If, on the other hand, it's the horses that come out first, hey, even better. Why? Because they'll come out for the commands from the NCO right here in front of us. In other words, it's a win-win, folks. Unlike in the gloomy tunnel where I could stand for 15 minutes and there'd be no replacements. It really depends on how quickly the Blues that just arrived dismount, get themselves ready as boxmen, and also decide who, based on how well they're dressed, ends up being the boxman, the gatesman, and the chitsman. How does it work? Well, let me explain how it works, folks. It's based solely on how well presented the guards are. So, they just arrived, you saw them. 4 guards, plus, probably in all honesty, I think the corporal of horse. I don't think it was the last corporal of horse, but I didn't look at the stripes, at the chevrons. So I think the corporal of horse. So 4 troopers, corporal of horse. He will decide, once they're back there in the stable area, who is the most smartly dressed, who is beautifully presented this morning, who got everything right with their kit. And the 2 that come out on top get the boxes at the front. They and their horses ride out into the boxes. It's kind of a reward. It's not written down as being any sort of reward in the regulations, but it's kind of a reward for attention to detail, presentation, okay? Not forgetting this is a ceremonial, public-facing role here at Horseguards, so presentation is absolutely fundamental. That doesn't mean to say the other troopers are messy, they can't be bothered, or they haven't made as much effort. They might well have not noticed there's a little bit of dirt on their boots from the ride over this morning. A lot of it's luck, but most of it is attention to detail. So the 2 best presented troopers will get the boxes at the front on their horses. The other 2 will be on foot. Now, why is that a pain? Well, a couple of reasons why. One, you have tourists gawping at you from eye level, but more importantly, 2, their shift is twice as long, okay? So not only have you not got a large, comfortable, warm-blooded horse between your legs to keep very sensitive parts of you nice and warm and heated up during these cold days, but you're standing on your feet when you're a gatesman or a chitsman. That's right, you're on foot. Now, it's not the end of the world. Why? Because you can pace up and down, you can go to the front, and you can speak to your colleagues. You can also scream at tourists, you can also push them out the way if they don't listen to your verbal command to stand aside, make way, or what's the other word? Get back, get back, etc., etc. Anyway, to answer a question that comes up multiple times in the comments, and I do try and reply to it, but at the end of the day, it comes up so much that I can't reply to every single time it's asked. And that question is, what is a chitsman? Okay, let me spell it: C-H-I-T-S-M-A-N. Chitsman. Chitsman. Okay, what is a chitsman? Good question. In fact, it's probably the single most relevant question. Why? Because it's a very unusual word. It doesn't make any sense. A chit? What is that? Chitsman? Huh? Okay. Anyway, a chitsman is actually the word is a derivative of chicksman. Okay. So originally, chick. In other words, baby chickens, chicks. Okay. Chicksman. Now, why would you have a chicksman? They like used to raise hens here, so they had eggs for breakfast. No, ladies and gents, they didn't used to have hens here, but they used to have cocks here. Why did they have cocks here? Because beneath where I'm standing right now, that's right, beneath this hallowed ground in the yard here was the scene of cockfights. Okay. Yep, cockfighting pits. People would go down, they would bet on which cock would win, and I mean, obviously the practice was outlawed, given animal rights and so on, with the modern age. But yes, fundamentally, that is the reason, guys. And he used to stand. I mean, he still does stand, although it doesn't function anymore as such. In the arch where that guard is standing, to that guard's right, my left, his right, the doors in the corner in that arch go down to the subterranean level beneath the yard here at Horseguards and those cockfighting pits. Okay, have I ever seen them? I haven't. Do I know somebody that has? I do. Is it scary as hell down there? It is. Would I spend the night down there? No. Would I spend the night down there if somebody offered me 50 million euros or dollars? Yes. We'll all have our price, folks, but that's the reason. Okay, so now you know. So I will refer back to this video if people ask again, what is a chicksman or a chitsman, interchangeable, and what is his or her function? That's it, people. Yep, guarding that side. Now, obviously, the chicksman doesn't actually have to guard against people going to the cockfighting pits because they don't exist anymore. However, his function, his role, his position on that side of the yard does still exist, and hopefully will exist forever, as it has done for the last 200 plus years. So that's a little bit of background history, guys, about the way things work here in the yard. Very brief mention of the gatesman on this side. He's not there yet because we've got no football on that side, because the gatesman is actually the tunnelman at the moment. Even though there's no title of tunnelman, the gatesman is the one that goes from the archway over there, near the little guard stand, to the front gates to check on the boxman. So that is why he is the gatesman. Gatesman, gateswoman, take your pick. Chitsman on the left from where I'm standing, gatesman over there on the right next to the shop. Okay, yes, those are the front gates between the boxes. He will walk to the front, he will nod to his colleagues, occasionally he'll go over and have a little chit chat with them, occasionally he will not, he will just nod, and other times he will stand in the tunnel behind us as he is standing this morning. But, and this is a thing that the Blues and Royals do that I never see the lifeguards do for any length of time, the Blues and Royals often will stand, their gatesmen will often stand at the end of the tunnel. Why? One, they can enjoy the glorious views over horseguardsparade. Two, more importantly, they are able to let tourists get some lovely pictures. Notice the police having to tell all of these ignorant people that don't understand the fact that at the moment the tunnel itself is closed. The walkway along the side of the tunnel, as you can see, where all of these lovely tourists are filing, is open. So central tunnel area closed during the guard change. Why? Movement of horses in and out of the yard. It's for public safety reasons. But my goodness me, what a busy morning. Why is there so much foot traffic? What has happened, I wonder? Could there well be a long guard today? I don't know, no clue. We will see. But I'm going to wait here because the second I move from here to go to the front or anywhere else, we know, don't we, people, 100% that the horses will come out. Because at the moment we're waiting for the replacement boxman. Until that's happened and the boxmen are gone, they can't replace the gatesman and the chitsman. So lifeguard standing in the tunnel, all this time I'm talking to you guys, in 10 minutes now, he's still standing there. Chitsman is still standing to my left in the arches. They just have to stand there and wait. Just like the Blues and Royals had to stand there and wait the other day when lifeguards were arriving. That's the way that things work here, unfortunately. Lots and lots of patience, a certain degree of monotony, because there is repetition. But you know what? Repetition creates discipline, folks. Anyway, the chain is now down. Trooper in his number 2 uniform just took the chain down on this side. What does that mean? It means that the changeover is imminent. It's imminently imminent. Before anybody asks, by the way, what that means on the wall, right over there, see that? FG1FT. That, people, is another historical relic. It means fire guard 1 foot. What's a fire guard? Well, before the modern age, when we had hoses attached to water taps, they would have very large vessels filled with water. and they will be placed just at the entrance here to the stables. Why? Well, what would happen if the straw caught fire? If the bedding for the horses caught fire, they would need to put it out. Hence, fire guard 1 foot. In other words, keep those vessels filled with water very close to this particular spot, being the entrance into the archway, which then, of course, leads into the stables. Okay, that was an announcement for somebody, I don't know who, to go to the guard room. One thing I can tell you as well this morning, people, is that a certain trooper, a nameless trooper, okay, doesn't need to be introduced because we all know him, and we don't do names on this channel anyway. A lot of you were asking about, wondering about, when will he be back? He's back today, folks. He is back today after roughly a 6-week holiday. I know that because I spoke to him this morning when we were out the front. So if and when he's out and about as stableman today, I will hopefully try and get a wave for all of you lovely viewers. They're really taking the good old time this morning, aren't they, with this? By this time, ordinarily, they would have at least put the new boxman out. We're now at 16 minutes since the video started, and we still haven't had the boxman changing over. Would you imagine it, guys? Is it not extraordinary, or what? Yeah, it's 11:16. So we'll just concentrate on those lovely autumnal scenes along Whitehall. Red buses, happy tourists. And to be honest, all of these people over here are exceedingly patient. They've been waiting here, many of them, for far longer than I've been in there. Like on this line, in these wet, mushy conditions. Okay, right, we are off, ladies and gents. Here come the new lovely horses. Blues and Royals horses, obviously, because they are about to take over as the King's Lifeguard. And before anybody says it, yes, the King's Lifeguard, not the Lifeguards, the King's Lifeguard. Whichever regiment is on duty here is officially the King's Lifeguard. So even lifeguards can be the King's Lifeguard, as indeed Blues and Royals can be the King's Lifeguard. So these are our first 2 boxmen of the day. In fact, we have a boxman this side, as you can see, and on my side we have a boxwoman, lady guard. How do I know that? I do, trust me, that's a lady guard. And it's at this point that the lifeguard horses will come back in, no dismount, because it's wet and they're wearing the cloaks. No dismount when they're wearing the cloaks. Why? Because they don't have a scabbard to put the sword into. How are you going to dismount if you've got a sword in your hand? You can't. If you try and jump down with one hand, you're going to slip on the floor and probably break your neck and or impale yourself. Hence, no dismount. Horses come in, they go straight into the stables. And that will remain the case until next April, people. That's right. 6 months of no dismounts in the yard. Blues and Royals Corporal of Horse give the instructions to the lifeguards. If that is not the perfect indication that the 2 regiments are absolutely in every respect equal, I don't know what is. If they were not equal, then troopers in the lifeguards would not take orders from a Blues and Royals Corporal of Horse and vice versa. Right, they've done that, which means the next stage is going to be the changeover in the tunnel. So I'm going to run across for the tunnel, everybody, because they will now change over the foot guards in said tunnel, if I can squeeze through. It's very, very squishy in the tunnel today. Okay, I've squished my way in, everyone. And it's exceedingly squishy here in the tunnel this morning. Okay, we've got a good spot, which means we will be able to capture the changeover of the gatesman, who is to my left. Placed by Blues and Royals. It's a very, very busy morning actually in the tunnel. I can't think why there are so many tourists out this morning. I mean, there's a guard change at the palace, but that's ongoing. So unless they went to the palace, realised that it was too busy and decided to walk along to horse guards, because the parade ground at the back is, yeah, it's very, very, very busy. So we've got those new guards at the front. And we've got, in fact, a horse that does not, at the moment it would appear, want to work. He's in and out of the box a teeny weeny bit. Let me focus on that horse if I can. There he goes, he's coming back in, everybody. Look, the horse is coming back in, he's had enough. Not expecting that at all. So here are the blues. So that relief has been done, guys. So I really kind of semi-got that. Can't get everything at once. Sorry, excuse me. Honestly, they're just crowded like zombies there in the tunnel. Okay, here comes the blues gatesman, everyone. I was kind of hoping to follow him out this morning, and there he goes. Magnificent, eh? Absolutely lovely. Horse doesn't want to settle down at all this morning. Sorry guys, sorry, can I go? Thank you. Okay, there we are. I'm behind. Let's keep an eye on that horse, guys, see what happens. Really doesn't appear to be in the mood to work this morning. In fact, he's out on the street, look. Twisting and turning. Yep, he's out on the street. Look at this. This horse does not want to work today. At all, it would appear. There he is. Yeah, he doesn't want to work at all this morning, the horse. They're taking the horse off, it seems, everyone. That just came out and going back in again. Horsey quit. That's normally a Monday phenomenon. The horse is normally like, you know what, I don't want to work on a Monday morning. But hey, how about that? It's this morning instead. Horse is done, he's off. He's like, nah. Well. It's a pity, guys, we didn't see what happened at the front. That said, the horse didn't actually run anywhere. He just refused to stay in the box. So, we're back to a one-horse morning here at Horseguards on Wednesday. Utterly extraordinary, to be honest. Really quite extraordinary and unexpected. We have seen that, it does happen. But, it's usually on a Monday. So, it's very curious. And partly unfortunate that it happened to be this end of this box. Okay, how long will it take tourists to walk through? Oh, there we go, it didn't take long at all, did it? Let's not worry about the new horse that might be coming out in a second, or the fact that there is an open gate to their left, my right, just there. Discover the new passageway, look. Really extraordinary, in fact, to see this many people filing out of the box. Bear in mind the King's horse was there just a few moments ago. Extraordinary. Okay, so they will bring out a new horse. One thing that is a little bit unfortunate is this artist painting here started with a lifeguard a little bit earlier. Now she probably didn't know, bless her, that today is a regimental changeover. So the lifeguard that she started painting has gone. I saw when you were setting up this morning, but I bet you didn't know they're changing regiments.
Do you know what? I suspected it might happen.
You were thinking
I just took a chance. And they all came out in completely different colour schemes.
Yeah, it's super bad luck to be fair, but hey.
But yeah, I just keep going.
Yeah? Okay, good luck.
Keep going.
Wow. Okay, bless her. Lovely. So yes, that's what happened, guys. She did try to paint a lifeguard. Oh, here we are, led in by the trooper. Let's see if this one wants to work. Actually, wait, they've changed them over. Hold on a second. It's the same horses and the same troopers, but they've just swapped boxes. Now, why would that be? What a curious thing. Yeah, they haven't actually changed over the horses. They've just changed over the boxes. They've swapped them around. But this horse doesn't appear to be in the mood to want to work at this box either. Yeah, he's like, you know what? Nope, I quit. So a lot of you did mention actually, it's something about the other box at the other end sometimes that makes the horses feel uneasy. That might well be why they've swapped them over, but the horse is not having it in this end either, it seems. Let's see if he wants to settle down. troop at the back will close the doors if he thinks the horse will settle. If not, excuse me, the horse will be replaced again. Normally after the horse refused to go in the box twice, they'll swap it over for another one. Oh, Rain's got a little bit stuck over the horse's ear there. Okay, so they've closed the back of the box. Let's see what happens now. Yep. Sorry, chap. Horse doesn't want to work. You can see this already. Wants to go back into the yard. Is that? Nope. I ain't moving for anyone. Let me get myself way back in case the horse decides to either bolt or kick. There's a lot of people along the front here this morning. A long time actually since we had a blues horse kicking off. It's mainly the lifeguard horses that are just not down for it sometimes. Oh, so they're just strolling right in front, not knowing what just happened. I'll be surprised if they'll settle this one down. In fact, if it doesn't want that box or this box, the chance of him wanting any box is, what am I looking to say, is limited at best. Let's see. Kicks off that much, the guard's going to hit the button. Oh goodness me, whoa. Front legs up. Rearing in the box. Not a good thing at all. I'm sure we're going to see the guard hit the button. I actually can't recall seeing a horse rear in the box before, ever. Come on, horsey, settle down, it'll be alright. Wow, trying to throw the guard in the box, that would be, yeah, potentially a very bad situation, given that the doors are closed at the back. Tossing the reins. Oh no, the horse is tossing the rein over constantly. Guard's moving it back. Meanwhile, the rest of the lifeguards are heading out, guys. Capture them leaving quickly. This is the rest of the lifeguard troop, the second half of the troop just off. Now, it might well be the case that they delayed replacing that horse at the front and swapped the boxes over solely because the lifeguards were mounting up, ready to leave in the stable area. Sometimes there is a bit of an issue with a mild log jam situation in the stable area. If you've got 5 horses already being lined up, ready for mounting to head back to Hyde Park, of course it would be exceedingly difficult to bring out another horse in that limited space. That's potentially the issue. Let's see, so we're back at the front. The regimental changeover is now finished. Lifeguards are done, they've left. The horse seems actually to have settled down. But that was honestly the first time I've ever seen a horse of either regiment rear in the box. Crazy, to be honest, I mean really. Gosh, I'm not sure if this tourist is brave or a little bit crazy. Even the police officer to my left is kind of watching and wondering whether or not he should say anything because, again, you know, it's a very awkward situation here. The horse seems to be settled, but in a moment he might well be unsettled. Let's see. I'm not going to even speculate on which horse this is. It'll be easy to find out though, given the nature of the socks and that very distinctive blaze.
Stand.
Guard looking pretty cool. Massive respect to him for for not pushing the button. I really thought he was going to push the button when the horse reared 3 times. I only got it on camera twice, but you could hear the big clop the first time. 3 times he tried to throw the guard. Brave's bit of riding, eh? Anyway, so this horse seems to have settled down. Might well be the case because the other horse at the other end, other large beautiful horse, is also super chill. Nothing going on with the other horse. And the fact that the lady guard, who now is taking the other box, hasn't put her horse way back into the box, so her horse is out of the box. Look. Now maybe in some respect that has served to settle down the horse to my right, I don't know. He's looking over, he's like, dude, don't worry, it's okay, I'm here. Peace, peace, brother, it'll be a good day. If we stick together, we can do this. And more importantly, I dare say the horses know that. Hold on, they've got a short shift, I can tell you that. Let me have a look how short. They've only got 30 minutes. Oh God, let's hope this doesn't freak the horse out. Look at this. Got a massive green truck pulling up, loading up barriers along Whitehall. Let's hope the optics of that don't freak the horse out. Horsey, it's okay. Don't worry, they're just barriers for crowd control. They're anti-Tauron barriers, Horsey, so it's actually a very, very big positive. Okay, luckily it hasn't stopped right outside the horse guards, and the horse seems pretty chill now. Let's hope so anyway, yeah? He seems to be okay. Yeah. Sometimes they're a little bit fussy when it's windy. Guys, apologies if we're going to get some severe wind noise. It's not that windy, but my goodness, the microphone is crazy sensitive when it is windy. Let's see if the artist will start to repaint her lovely lifeguard as a Blues and Royals. Even the police don't know why all these barriers are put out overnight. I've got no clue. Nothing was happening last night. Okay, so nope, she's still working on the lifeguard. She's not going to repaint the lifeguard, I don't think, as a Blues. I don't know if that's like a super complicated thing to do, or whether or not she'll change the colours at a later stage. Extraordinary. Anyway, the second half of the Blues just rode in, guys. It's so packed here I can't run through and grab it, but you can see them in the distance. That's the rest of the Blues and Royals going in. So if they do need to change the horses, they've now got a whole bunch to choose from. It's rare that I actually miss being in the yard for that, but hey, today is one of those days. There are just too many people at the front here. It's a very, very, very busy morning. And to be honest, it hasn't even started yet. Next up is going to be the chaos when the hordes descend from Buckingham Palace. Somebody just got shouted at already. That didn't take long, did it? It took all of about, what, 10 seconds? As over this side, the guy in the red hat just got shouted at. I think he either got way too close and or touched the guard, or he went into the arches. One or the other. Either that or option 3, he's a moron. I mean, it could be that. Notice how close to the chain the guard is here this morning. He's very, very, very close to the chain. I don't know if it's kind of picking that up with the optics. Normally the guard is way back, almost touching the wall at the rear of the arch. For some reason this morning, he's way forward close to the chain. Now, I can't see any obvious reason. It's not leaking or dripping. Maybe he just came forward to tell that guy to move back. But you can see, my guess would be based solely on the very dopey smirk on the tourist's face that he came over to get a reaction, which his girlfriend was filming. Pity we missed that, guys, but never mind. Anyway, it's busy in the yard. It's hella busy in the yard. Look at this. Now the horse is settled. There's no rush for me to be straight back at the front. Okay, that's a corporal horse just going in and closing the gate to the stable area. Notice this guard is in the correct position to the rear of the arch. Okay, always stand closer to the wall than to the chain. In fact, the guard we just saw up close to the chain, that's the furthest forward in the arch I've ever seen him. And now he's finished pacing and come back, he has adopted the normal position at the rear of the arch. So he would have come forward to give that verbal warning to the tourist to get back. So notice he's gone way back this time. extraordinary, really. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's focus on the front, guys. We've got a massive jam of people coming along from Buckingham Palace. So there's no point in me staying in the yard because it's going to get completely congested. The question is which horse. I personally am going to opt for this horse, and let me tell you why. This lady guard, demure and lovely as she is, doesn't take crap from anyone, okay? There is a video from last week of a massive shout in the yard, so loud that it reverberated outside here. It was this guard. She is more than ready for any tourist stupidity, believe me, people. As you will see, if anybody is dumb enough to get near the reins.
Goes forward and I'll grab this space.
Ready? Look at me. It looks like the horse is talking. Maybe the horse at the other end, the one that got a bit scared, is a lip reader. This one's just muttering some instructions to him. He's like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine, just settle down, we've only got 27 minutes to go, and then we're done for today. I can understand why they might be a teeny bit nervous with this lot. Look, absolute Walking Dead folks at the front here. Crazy. Have we got a nipper? Hopefully. Oh, yeah, he's having a little taste of her raincoat.
You there have been having a little chomp on you there. Oh, bless. There you go, my lovelies. Well, would you like one as well?
It's a tour group.
Would you like a photo? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a French tour group, guys. Frenchy tour group. Lots of the Frenchies here today with the horse. We like, horsey, arrête. Oh. Yeah, he's not. Oh, he almost pushed the boy on the floor. Uh-oh, corporal of horse. He's asking the trooper to move the horse back a little bit. I'm not sure how or why it matters, but hey, he's the boss. Notice the horse has gone a little bit back into the box. First time in a good while, actually, since seeing this corporal of horse at the front here. Top man, there we are, all good. So this horse is calm, the other one seems to be completely relaxed as well. As mentioned, I've got a soft spot for this guard solely based on how good she is at dealing with Taurons. So this will be the focus for the moment. Especially now we know this horse is a cheeky little nipper. Yes, you are. Cheeky little nipper. Well, not so much a little nipper, but a cheeky nipper. Look, really sort of placid. I like to be stroked. Get a bit closer, stroke me more, and then chomp. I'm hoping that he's heard the Frenchie speaking and that he's waiting for somebody with a nice Hermes bag to come along and donate it for his lunch. I don't think this horse is fussy though. I think he'll be happy with Celine, LV, Chanel, Hermes. As long as it's, you know, a tasty, soft French brand, he'll munch it. They know it though, look. Oh, actually these two are Germans. I thought they were the other group. So we've got the Frenchies and the Germans. Oh, hold on a second. What could these lads be carrying in those cases? Those look suspiciously like... Well, I'm not going to say it in case the video gets deleted, but you know what those cases look like. It'd be very odd though for them to be carrying those things along a public space. Oh God, it's now starting to rain, folks. Chap, can you do me a favour and give me the umbrella? It's in the pocket. Yeah. Perfect. You're very kind. That's okay. So kind. Thank you. See, tourists here are so lovely. You just helped me to retrieve my umbrella. Why? Because I don't want to get absolutely drenched this morning, and it's going to pour. I just know it. Plus, we had those gimbal issues the other day when it started to rain. So yeah, here we go with the first umbrellas. So the guards will definitely pull the horses back fully into the boxes. Now it's starting to rain. But more importantly, umbrellas up. The tourists might well start running into the arches shortly, people. Anyway, we've got a good spot. We're dry. So for the moment, there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, a lot of French shoes here actually today. Regardez, regarde le cheval. So a gloomy day just became a teeny bit gloomier, everybody. Apologies for that, but hey, welcome to London. Any of you planning a holiday the next week or two, call your insurance company and see if you can cancel it. November's always a bit of a notorious month. It's either wet or cold or both. Next month, it's nice and crispy cold. It doesn't rain a lot, typically in December. Rainy months of the year here, November, January and April. Let's have a little wander inside actually while it's a little teeny bit quieter here, because there's a good chance, if it rains very heavily, we'll get some people moving into the arches with their tents and little cooking stoves, thinking that they can just basically camp in the guard spaces. But you know what? The guards are ready. If these naughty people think they're going to be able to move into the area with the guards, they will have, a surprise. Okay, so they're unpacking all the stuff still in there. There was actually a supplies lorry at the back gate earlier as well that dropped off a ton of stuff, including feed for the horses and so on. So the Blues are well prepared. The pilgrimage, palace pilgrimage to Horseguard, continues unabated, as you can see. And that, I think, even though it is raining, will only get a little bit heavier in the next 20-30 minutes. Because a typical guard change at the palace is done about 11:30, give or take. It'll take at least another 10 minutes to get out of the crush there, and then 20-ish to walk along the mall. In other words, most people tend to hit this end between, depending on whether they're fast walkers or not, 11:45 and 12 noon. Okay, here are the first the tourists who want the picture with the guard. It's okay. See, so polite, in fact, the tourists. So incredibly thoughtful. They don't even want to get in the frame of the camera and become YouTube memes. And you know what? I can't say I blame them. To be honest, I really can't. Right, let's have a little look at the horsey that seems to have calmed himself down, and we'll go back to the little nipper. Video 2 today will be of the changeover and the horses that replace the two that are currently here. I don't know which horses they'll be because we haven't seen them yet, but there will be a changeover pretty soon. Oh, wait, he just said, "I'll do you after." Cheeky scoundrel. Oh, hold on, we've got another nipper. Kind of nipping hell kind of morning. Wait, let's lose the umbrella for a minute. That's better. Teeny bit better. Okay, morning. All good?
Oh, but you've got a good one. I'm not doing crazy things.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Me too. Oh, yeah, look, he went for a head. I think he thought her head was a turnip. What's that? Is that a tulip for France?
I'm not really tired by the second walk. Dos y dos. Tú y yo y así para que... Dilo, pásate con Cari.
Mon Dieu, folks.
No, tú, el tuyo o el mío. ¿El mío? 1, 2, 3. Ten aquí está.
Yeah, and then I'll do you, yeah. And then I'll do you, and then I'll do you, and then we'll do everyone. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look. Well, the horse lunch I'll do. Okay, then I'll do you, yeah, and then I'll do you, yeah. Let me check that, lovely. Oh.
Cari, ¿de cada lado?
Beautiful. Lovely. For you.
She's like, I'm not sure whether she was actually scared or just doing the impression of a mouse. She went eek when the horse went over. Eek.
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh, we have a stray hand reaching out for. What's she reaching out for, I wonder? Could it be the reins?
Beautiful. Lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Who else needs doing? No. Horse, yeah. No worries. Right. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Gorgeous. Lovely. Right, my group all ready? Do you want one? Yeah, of course you can. Come on in.
So making little hand signals in the video, guys. Oh, a stray hand again.
Gorgeous. No problem. Lovely, guys. You okay? We're going to the bus stop. Let's go! Go on.
How animated is that tour guide? He's always funny, actually. He's he's one of the good guys. Yeah, I like that guy. He's he's very theatrical with his group, and he also doesn't rush the picture taking, unlike some of the guides here. Oh. Bro is thinking the horse is Aladdin's lamp. If he rubs it enough, he's going to get 3 wishes. At this stage, actually, a lot of people have now started to congregate around the other horse again. Probably because this horse is now back in the box, so it's easier for people to get up close next to the sign for their pictures. As I said, guys, not only is it a nippy horse, but the guard doesn't take any nonsense this end at all.
Oh my God.
This guy's walking straight for their picture. We've got a terribly, frightfully important flight to catch, don't you know? Bro. Oh, she's back for a second go.
acércate un poquito más. Qué caballito tienes.
Będzie zmiana, pan tutaj wyszedł. Nasza motoryzacja. Dobra,
Ay, no me vas a matar.
I will actually go inside for the changeover, folks. As I said, the stableman that's here is a very familiar face. So what I'm going to do is get a good spot on the line and focus on the changeover and the new stableman. Let me see what time it is. How long have we got since? Another 10 minutes actually, yeah. I will end this video now, guys. And video 2, part 2 will be the stableman you've all been waiting for, who is back here at Horseguards today. I can 100% confirm that. And also, we will see which horses are coming out to replace the 2 that are here at the front. So, another few minutes in front of this horse here. But part 2 will be the other 2 horses. And part 2 will also be today's last part, as I need to be somewhere for lunch at 2 o'clock today. Don't like the way the horse's ears are popping back and forwards, listening intently. It's spinning again as well. I really hope it doesn't start to pour with rain. Actually, that isn't true. Why? Because if it does pour with rain, we know what's going to happen with the archways, don't we? Yes, we do. Everyone's kind of staying back a little bit now, which is odd. I wonder why as well. Actually, somebody was trying to talk to me in the background there. I got distracted for a moment. I'm very careful these days. My hand immediately goes over my pocket with the phone in it. The second somebody tries to talk to me, this is exactly what happened to my friend last week when he was pickpocketed here. First time I heard of that ever happening here at Horseguards, but it shows it does happen. This horse is settled. He seems pretty relaxed now, actually, compared to earlier on. Everyone's kind of milling about and waiting for that changeover, which happens in roughly 8 minutes. As to be fair, am I. And again, it's raining, folks. 1 second, let's get this umbrella up. There we go. Actually, yeah, it's raining pretty heavily this time. Careful. You know what? It's raining so heavily. My money's on somebody making a mistake in the yard. In fact, it's probable. What did I just tell you, folks? What could this be? Could this be a tourist transgressor about to get owned? Guess we'll find out in a minute. I mean, is it the guard's fault that he hasn't brought an umbrella with him? It's not. Police were the ones that were shouting behind me. There we are. Mind your backs. They were shouting to get those 2 glorious horses, especially that dapple grey, through. Most people are running to the tunnel now. This guy's just about on the border between the yard and the arches. 1 step back. And we know what's going to happen. In fact, it's absolutely inevitable. It really is inevitable. Notice how far back into the arches the guard is, guys, over on this side. The most important thing is that this guy knows that he's in that sort of what's the word I'm looking for? No man's land. Oh, gosh, that's terribly close, isn't it? What are we thinking, folks? My money is on it being an absolute, probably the closest ever near miss. Oh. Right, here is the trooper I was telling you about earlier on, ladies and gents. He is back, opening up the boxes this morning in his camos. All of you will recognise that trooper. I'm wondering actually, with it raining this heavily, what's the best smart option? To be outside? Actually, yeah, I'm going to be at the front, guys, for this. One, the line's going to be packed and people have got umbrellas, so it's going to be very pushy. Trooper doing crowd control.
All of you behind the bollards.
That's it. Everybody behind the bollards. Look, he's telling me off. He's like, you English peasant, get behind the bollards. And that's okay because he's English too, so I'm happy for him to call me an English peasant. Gosh, it's really, really, really heavily raining, guys. The chance of there being a part 2 is rapidly diminishing by the moment. Absolutely pouring it down here at Horseguards right now. A wretched day. Good Lord, it's almost impossible to spend time comfortably on the line in this kind of weather. It really is. Okay, so at the front, right in the middle, Trooper's out again, telling everybody to get behind the line. Good to see him back. Despite the fact he's getting absolutely flipping drenched. I've got no idea if those camos are waterproof, folks. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Got some more police horses coming through the tunnel as well. Oh, it's really, really, look at this. Umbrellas going all over the place. It is pouring down. Absolutely flipping chucking it down here now. Ah, horrid. Sorry, my umbrella deciding to transgress a teeny bit. Police having to tell everybody to get themselves over with their umbrellas behind the bollards. Gosh, what a wretched day. Really horrid day. Hey, that trooper is a real trooper being out in this weather. Oh, notice incidentally, guys, the police horses have actually waited in the tunnel because they know that the changeover is occurring. How about that? Kingsguard have right away here. Not just because of their Kingsguard, but because this is a Ministry of Defence property. It's a functioning army barracks. So the police horses have waited in the tunnel. First time I've ever seen that happen. I can't zoom in because I've got no spare hands, but you can see it. You can see the silhouettes of the two officers on horseback in the tunnel. Extraordinary. Another first in this wretched weather. Anyway, let's hope it will rain for another maybe 5 minutes and then stop ideally. Oh, they're coming through. In fact, the troopers told them to come out first. He's telling everybody to make some space at the front, and that includes me. Sorry, they're telling us to move because the police horses are coming. Horses? They're telling everybody to move. Sorry, guys, I know he's looking at me. If he speaks English. There we are. Saved her from getting trampled by this.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
Gloria. Hey, hi, what are the names of these two?
So we've got Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Been a police horse for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah?
And we've got Treasure.
Treasure. Wow, Treasure.
Enjoy your day, yeah?
Yeah, you too. Have a good day, guys. See you. Wow. Bullseye and Treasure. How about those for two police horse names? Okay, we're back right at the middle, at the front, which is where I wanted to be. That way we'll hopefully, if I can keep my umbrella out of the frame, folks, get a good shot of the NCO in the rain. Okay, fortunately, instead of chucking it down, the rain is slightly let up. Officer on the right hand side has got no waterproof, so he probably cannot wait until his shift is done. His colleague has got his waterproofs on. It really, really, really turned to mush pretty quick. Pretty eventful morning, actually, I must say. I was going to ask the police officers what happened to George, but you see they were in a bit of a rush because they know that the changes is taking place. Right, so new horses coming out. I will have a look at which horses they are, then I will break and decide whether, based on the rain or not, there'll be a part 2, folks. I can't promise there will be, we will see. I think we've massively overshot part 1 already at 1 hour. No idea which horses they are. I can tell you that the trooper going to the left-hand box, yeah, it's a male trooper. I think, hold on, on my side, sorry, on the right-hand side, I think that's a lady trooper. We'll see in a minute. Okay, here comes the NCO, Lance Corporal of Horse. Thoroughly magnificent, despite the horrid weather. Okay, so the nervous horsey made it, in fact, which is good. I've just noticed which guards have taken this shift, and I'm smiling wryly. One of them you will immediately recognise. Again, guys, no dismount. It's too wet, and when they are wearing the long coats, they don't dismount. Why? There's no scabbard, nowhere to put the sword. Right, trooper closing up the boxes. What a lovely day to be back, eh? Not. There's going to be a real shocker amount of people coming through those gates in a minute. And that, ladies and gents, might feature in part 2. For the moment, I'll see you in the next video.